You've had the plan, the alarm set, the tab open, the intention completely real. And then, nothing happened. Not because you forgot, not because something went wrong. You just didn't move. And the story you told yourself afterward was probably the same one you've told yourself before. I'm just lazy. But I want to offer you something different today. What if laziness isn't the problem? What if you've just never been introduced to the version of yourself who actually does the thing? Here's what nobody says out loud. Most people don't struggle with discipline because they're weak. They struggle because they're trying to act like someone they don't yet believe they are. Think about it. When you imagine going to the gym every day, who do you picture? Probably not yourself. Some other type of person. Someone built differently, someone with more willpower. That gap between the action and the self-image, that's where the paralysis lives. You're not avoiding the task, you're avoiding the identity. Because somewhere deep down, a part of you says, that's not really me. And until that changes, no amount of motivation, no new planner, no productivity hack will hold. There's a concept in psychology called identity-based behavior. The basic idea is this. People don't act based on what they want. They act based on who they think they are. A person who sees themselves as a runner runs. Not because they love every morning, not because they're always motivated, but because on some level, that's just what they do. It's who they are. Now think about the last habit you tried to build. Were you trying to do a new behavior, or were you trying to become a new person? Most of us are trying to force new actions through an old identity. And that's why it keeps falling apart. The real shift isn't I need to be more disciplined. The real shift is I am the kind of person who shows up. Small difference in words, completely different in how it functions inside you. This isn't about affirmations. It's not about telling yourself you're amazing every morning. It's quieter than that. Identity changes through evidence. Every time you do the small thing, even imperfectly, you cast a vote for who you're becoming. You don't need to run 5 miles. You need to put on your shoes and go outside. You don't need to write a chapter. You need to open the document and write 1 sentence. Not because those tiny actions change your life directly, but because they change what you believe about yourself. And once the belief shifts, even slightly, the behavior follows more naturally. That's not motivation. That's identity in motion. Here's the question worth sitting with. What would the version of me who already does this thing do right now? Not someday, not when everything is lined up. Right now, in this moment, what would they do? That question, asked honestly, cuts through a lot of noise. You're not lazy. You're someone who hasn't yet built enough evidence to trust a newer version of yourself. That's fixable. That's actually very fixable. But it starts with something small. Not a new routine, not a perfect morning. Just one decision tonight that the person you're becoming would make. That's it. One vote, one small piece of evidence. Do it enough times, and one day you'll look back and realize you don't have to convince yourself anymore. You just are that person now. No call to action needed. Let it breathe.